bird won't sing. That princess, she took everything.
A song there, Glorious, was from a forthcoming album called Four Acts of Love.
Yeah.
Investigating the theme of love, I guess. Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration and sort of evolution of this idea?
Well, it kind of came about really, like as a lot of things do, more or less by accident to some degree. I mean, when I started out with my solo records, I decided to kind of try and record a whole lot of songs, and I made a great big list of all the songs that I might be interested in recording, including a whole lot of original material, I might say. It was just a great big list of songs that was were under consideration. So I did the first, I did One Man's Treasure and Two of Diamonds, and then I left the Bad Seeds, and I decided to do something else as my next album, because when I looked at what was left of the list of songs, it was like about 5 songs.
Right.
And they all seem to be kind of love songs or songs about things to do with love or relationships. And I thought, well, I've left those songs off my first 2 albums for some reason. And I bet I'll have to get an idea of what to do with them. But I was still very keen to record them.
So they go back a while.
Well, that's basically what this album is. Basically me having formulated an idea about what to do with those songs.
Going back to the Book of the Dead, there's a song in there, October Boy, with the lyrics, "If you're writing songs for the Book of the Dead, then write one for me," he said, "but not just yet." A song that you wrote for Roland S. Howard. Was that something that he did say to you?
Yeah. That song in particular is probably the only one on the record that was about someone who died fairly recently. So it's kind of different in that regard, but I suppose because I'd been talking to Roland about the album and what I was writing, and he actually said that to me, I kind of felt that I really had a responsibility. I sort of had to write him the song, really, after that.
Now, Mick, we've actually asked you as well to talk a little bit about influences, I suppose. And we posed the question for you. It is, what would happen if you were stranded on a desert island and could only take 3 tracks away with you? The segment is called The Desert Island 3.
Yeah.
Desert Island 3.
The first one that we would love to hear from comes from the Easy Beats.
Doctor, doctor, my baby said, come and see her, come and see her. Doctor, doctor, you better come quick. Come and see her, come and see her. Took her home from a dance last night. Come and see her. You know, just kind of really grabbed my attention and made me prick up my ears. And that was basically seeing the Easy Beats on the Go show doing Come and See Her, because it was just a very, very exciting performance, and it was really wild.
The second track that you've chosen comes from The Loved Ones, Sad Dark Eyes.
I look at you and your sad dark eyes and your ghost-like soul, whatever, and your ghost-like soul. That's it. Darling, baby, say that you'll be mine. So I hadn't rehearsed that one. That song has kind of been with me for, continuously for, I don't know why. It just keeps being around. Keeps reappearing, so.
All right, the third track, bit of a change in vibe here.
Oh, yeah. What's that one?
This one is the Stooges, and Iggy, I should say, as well. And I Got a Right.
Oh, wow.
Let's go for it.
I got a right, watch a movie anytime I want, any old time. Honey, I got a right, watch a movie anytime I want.
That'll do.
Yeah.
No, I think they were pretty central to a lot of stuff that happened for everyone around my generation, really. And we missed their first albums because they were never available at the time. You had to get them on weird imports, and they'd been deleted in 1973 anyway or something. They were really, really hard to get, those albums.
Through fields all misty wet with rain, and back along the lane again, in the sunshine, in the sweet summertime, the way.
You've got a family and a life outside of music. Was there a sense of relief after the bad seeds?
Yeah, very much so. It had got to a point where it kind of I was, you know, I wasn't really working for me anymore. I wasn't kind of part of. I wasn't really down with what the changes that were going on. They didn't sit that comfortably with me. So I mean, there were a lot of different reasons, but you know, some of the personal and musical things that were going on were just. It was better that I moved on. It was really time. But I did feel an enormous sense of relief because all the business stuff disappeared straight away, and I just didn't have all that stress, and I had much more time on my hands. So it's been really great. It was, you know, it was a great relief.
Then we sat on our own star and dreamed of the way that I was for you and you were for me.
The collaboration between you and Polly has been quite a celebrated one. Where did that begin? How did that evolve?
She came down to an album launch that the Bad Seeds had in. We met her that night, and I don't know, we just hit it off immediately. Yeah. So we've been fast friends ever since, and she just kind of invited me down to a recordings 6 months later, and been, you know, whenever it's been suitable for me to kind of be hanging around over that side and work with her, then we've done it.
How do you find, I mean, you don't like songwriting with other people, how do you find producing in an environment with other people?
Well, that's kind of, I mean, producing is a very broad and general term. So, I mean, in that case, you're just making the record together. There's like, you know, Flood's kind of at the controls or whatever, and the three of us are out there piecing the song together, how it might sound best, and trying things out. So it was just, you're just collaborating on it, really. Yeah.
What about with soundtracks, film soundtracks? Because you're writing something for a director.
It's very different, yeah, because you have, you're always, to some degree, well, some people don't go down this path, but you're always technically, you have to make something that they want, which is different. It's like you have to, yeah, you have to compromise.
Subway train, now it's 2:30, long gone the rendezvous. Now it's 3:30, time made a fool out of me. Now it's 4:30, oh baby, can't you see? No use in waiting no more, it's a tiny tragedy. Think it's 9 when the clock says 10. This girl won't wait for the out of time man. Throw my watch to the floor, it's gone crazy, time don't do it again. Now I'm stressed and strained, anger and pain in the subway train. Now it's 2:30, long gone the rendezvous. Now it's 3:30, time made a fool out of me. Now it's 4:30, oh baby, can't you see? No use in waiting.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give another warm round of applause for Mick Harvey.